Aloha, my name is Jason Ockrassa, and I'm an interpretive ranger here at Pearl Harbor National Memorial. As we gear up for the 80th anniversary of the events here on December 7th, 1941, each one of us were asked to find a certain topic that would actually resonate with us. For me, I have chosen a story from the Army Air Forces on Lieutenants Kenneth Taylor and George Welch. We're filming right now on Port Island, which is one of the airfields that was hit on the morning of December 7th, 1941. Right behind me is Hangar 54. This is where Patrol Squadrons 23 and 24 were. This is an important location to me because one of my very close friends, Chuck Kohler, was here on the morning of December 7th, 1941. Now, Kenneth Taylor and George Welch were both second lieutenants in the United States Army Air Forces at the time of 1941. Kenneth Taylor came from Oklahoma and was 21 years old at the time of the event. George Welch came from Delaware and was 23 at the time of the event. Both individuals were assigned to the 47th Pursuit Squadron, 15th Pursuit Group, that was assigned at the time at Wheeler Army Airfield. Now, just about a week prior to the events of December 7th, the squadron was moved to Haleiwa, which is an auxiliary airfield used for training, in this particular case, gunnery. So this is going to pay dividends on the morning of December 7th. Taylor and George Welch were both very experienced pilots. You can see that because they were both promoted to flight leads by their squadron commander. Unfortunately, though, they're known for something else by their squadron mates, their ability at a card table. And it's going to be the story of poker and aerial combat that will be their story for the morning of December 7th, 1941. On the evening of December 6th, 1941, these men are going to be, like most individuals that are on the island at that time, enjoying an evening of peace. They decided to dress to the nines and get into their best dress, which is your best dress uniform, and go to a dance at the Officers Club at Wheeler Army Airfield. Upon the completion of that dance, they get suckered in or roped in to another event, which was an all-night poker event. So these men are going to be playing till about 8 o'clock. About 7:40, though, that is going to change. They're going to start hearing explosions and machine gun clattering happening at the flight line. As they walk out to the lanai, they're going to notice the airfield, the apron, is engulfed in smoke and flame, and they'll see the Japanese aircraft. At this point, both men are going to figure out that they have a job to do. George Welch is going to grab the nearest phone and call ahead to Haleiwa for his crew chiefs to get their airplanes ready, fully fueled and armed, so that they can be ready when they get there. Ken Taylor is going to race to his brand new Buick and fire it up. As soon as George Welch shows up, these men are going to race about 20 miles north to Haleiwa to try to get to that airfield. At times, they are strafed by Japanese aircraft, and they even went through at least one sugarcane field. These men are going to reach speeds of about 100 miles an hour. Upon arrival at Haleiwa, they're going to find out very quickly that the Japanese have not attacked them yet, which is great for them. They'll jump in their idling P-40 tomahawks and quickly get airborne. Upon getting airborne, they're going to be vectored down to the south, just outside of Eva, where there is a flight of Japanese aircraft that they are going to be able to engage. Upon arriving, they're going to find a group of what are eventually going to be known as dive bombers. And they're going to find out there's no fighter cover. This is a great target of opportunity, and these men are going to pounce on this formation. Within minutes, aircraft are dropping from the sky. All told, 4 aircraft are lost by the Japanese during this dogfight. 2 are credited to Welch, 2 are credited to Taylor. These men are now out of ammunition. They have to race to Wheeler Army Airfield to rearm. Upon landing, they're going to see that Wheeler Army Airfield is in nothing but chaos. Crew chiefs are going to tend to the aircraft, while armorers have to race into a burning hangar to get 30 and 50 caliber ammunition. While their aircraft are being rearmed, the second wave of Japanese aircraft appear just above them. It is decided as they fire up their engines to actually fly in the same direction as the attacking aircraft and try to pull in right behind the formation. Welch is the first one to take off, and he does this successfully, even downing an aircraft before he's even pulled up his gear and he's getting into altitude. Well, Taylor, though, is not going to be as lucky. He takes off and finds himself in the center of the formation and starts taking bullet hits very quickly. Unfortunately, he is wounded, and he will receive the Purple Heart for this. Thankfully, though, Welch is actually going to be able to get in and down the aircraft that's firing at Taylor very quickly. These 2 aircraft will go off to engage other aircraft, but unfortunately, these are all probable kills. All told, these 2 individuals are credited with 6 aerial victories. 4 are given to Welch and 2 to Taylor. Again, there are some problems. Now, what's interesting enough about this is these two are not the only individuals to get airborne that day. All told, 14 American pilots are able to get airborne that day and are credited with 11 confirmed victories of the 29 aircraft lost by the Japanese that day. For me, the stories of Taylor and Welch are very important to me. Even though we can find ourselves in situations that seem completely forlorn, there's still something.